This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
My
sir.
name is Rizwan. Yeah,
Good
good
morning,
morning,
sir.
everyone.
Hello,
Yeah,
good
thank
morning.
you. Right. My name is Rizwan. Let me give a brief introduction about myself. I have a total 12.8 years of experience completely into SAP. I started my career with SAP WebDin Pro technology. And from there in 2014, I moved to SAP UI5. And from thereafter, I have been working on SAP UI5 custom development, standard extensions, as well as Fiori Elements extensions, cloud application programming model, and from last 2 years, I'm also working on RAP, which is basically called as ABAP, RESTful Application Programming Model. So this is what all the skill set that I have. And I have been a trainer from last 10 years in the industry, as well as outside in Amirpet market as well. And after Corona, I converted into online training. So previously, I'm a classroom trainer in Amirpet. Okay, so that's a brief introduction about myself, and let's get into the our demo today. Right. So in this demo, by the end of today's demo, you will understand a lot many things. For the first 15 minutes, I will take a tour to what are all the exact things that you are going to learn in this entire training. So what is our training modularized into? Uh, and after that, you are going to understand what is SAP UI5 and what is the previous technologies before SAP UI5 was there. And we talk about some advantages of the SAP UI5 compared to the previous technologies. And the most important three topics which will give you the complete understanding about SAP UI5, Fiori, and OData are these three. One is the MVC architecture of SAP UI5. Then I can say the major understanding you should have on SAP UI5 is the front end to back end data flow and back end to front end data flow. And then the difference between SAP UI5 and Fiori. Few people have a confusion. What is UI5? Some people say Fiori, some people say UI5. So when I can call a application as a UI5 application and when I can call an application as a Fiori application. So I have seen many of the people have confusion in this topic. So that confusion will also be cleared by the end of today's topic. So this entire 1 hour class is divided into two parts. First 15 to 20 minutes, I will take a tour to the course content as well as what our previous students has developed, means what you are going to develop as a part of this entire training. So that I will take a tour for the first 15 minutes so that you will get a quick overview of, okay, these are all the things that I'm going to develop by the end of this course. So this you will get a very good clarity, and you will also understand how practical this training is and how real time oriented this training is when compared to other trainings in the market. Okay, that also you will understand within first 15 to 20 minutes. And after that, we are going to run through all these topics, which is basically the complete overview of SAP UI5, OData, Fiori, all these things, and Fiori elements as well. Okay. Uh, So by the heading itself, you might have understand that this course covers SAP UI5, OData, Fiori, as well as Fiori Elements. So which is actually a separate training. We deal with two trainings, in-depth trainings. One is SAP UI5, which is basically the custom developments as well as standard Fiori extensions, which basically totally one training of 2 months. And there is another training which is called as FIORI Elements. FIORI Elements is a annotation based approach to develop the applications, and this is a separate training of 30 to 35 days, and this is totally different. Okay, but the prerequisite to learn FIORI Elements is your SAP UI5 OData FIORI. Normally, those people who attend my SAP UI5 OData FIORI training, they continue 100%, they continue for FIORI Elements training as well. Uh, so those people who are interested, they can continue. Fine. Now let's see what are all the practically the applications that we develop as per the as part of this training itself. Okay. Now you can see this is the FIORI Launchpad, my dear friends. And in the FIORI Launchpad, whatever the applications that we develop as a part of our training, all those applications will be deployed into the server, and we configure them into the Launchpad as well. That means it's like a go live. In real time, you call this as go live, right? So we keep all of them into our FIORI Launchpad so that the end users can use them directly. And this is what we do practically in our training, the go live as well after developing the applications. Right. Now the category of applications you can see here, like groups here, SAP UI5 applications, FIORI like applications. Few people don't know that this kind of category exists. This is called FIORI like applications, and this is FIORI Elements applications, and this is standard FIORI apps. Now under SAP UI5 applications, all these are custom SAP UI5 application developments. Okay, custom means we will write the code from the scratch. So that is why they are called from the scratch applications that you develop. They are SAP UI5 applications. Next category is FIORI like applications. These are mainly used for decision making, but they also work with the code, but the code is 80% code is generated by the template, and 10 to 20% code we need to write. So that's why they are called FIORI like applications. And next one is FIORI Elements applications, and these are FIORI Elements applications. SAP has kept four floor plans under SAP FIORI Elements applications. One is list report, work list, analytical list page, overview page. So these are called FIORI Elements applications. And the last category is standard FIORI applications, how to extend them. So this is the last category. Standard applications are the applications given by SAP. Now all these applications are practically we will develop in our training. Okay, that is the best part of our training. We not only train on the development concepts, but we keep all the development concepts together to develop a end application which is 100% matching your real-time requirements. Now let me just open each application and show out the features that we develop so that you will understand how the development that we do is matching our real-time requirements. Okay, so this is called employee management application, which is used to manage the employees. You can create the employees, you can add the projects for the employees, you can add the resumes of the employee, you can upload the profile picture of the employee, you can filter, sort, group the employees. All these features we combinedly developed into this employee management application. And I take the current batch students itself as employees, and those data only I will keep inside this employee management applications. Okay, including their photos. Few people give the photos and will upload the photos as well. Now let me open this. Now this is the employee management application. So you can see these are the previous batch 13 members who joined our training. And so this is called filtering area. So where you can filter the employees basing on employee ID, name, designation, maybe skill or salary, date of joining, Okay, and you can sort the employees, you can group the employees, and you can also export the employees into Excel. Okay, so let me just show you the features. Let me just walk through around. For example, I'm typing 100002, which is employee ID. So I'm clicking on go, and you can see the data has filtered. Now I got only one record. Okay, and if I click reset, now you can see all the employees load again. Okay, so similarly you can for example, you want basing on the skill SAP UI5 only skill set you want, then select SAP UI5, click go, and you can see it filters the table with SAP UI5 skill only. For example, you want you have a project where you want SAP UI5 and ABAP both. ABAP means OData both. Then I can select both of them and I can click go, so that I will get all the employees who are into SAP UI5 and ABAP, and I can put them into projects. Okay, so similarly you can filter on salary and date. All these things work seamlessly. So let me click on reset. Right, now let me click on the sort by salary, for example, maybe the descending order, and click go. Now you can see all the data will be sorted basing on the salary. 15 lakhs is the highest package. It's mine, my record also included here. And you can see the 3 lakhs, which is the least package. Okay, and let me show you the grouping concept as well. So grouping will group the data basing on the common fields. For example, I want to group this entire data basing on the designation ascending order. Now you can see the employees are grouped. Just a second. The employees are grouped like all the managers at one place, and all the senior software engineers at one place, all the software engineers at one place, and the tech lead at one place, team lead, sorry, these are senior tech lead, team leads at one place, and this is because of its spelling, it was separated, and uh, so basically this is how the grouping will work. And for example, you want to do this basing on the skill. So let me select the skill and click go. Now you can see all the employees will be, sorry, I did not selected the order. Yeah. Now you can see all the employees grouped basing on the skill. All the ABAPers at one place, all the Fiori people at one place, and all the Java people at one place. Isn't it? So did we get this grouping, sorting, filtering concepts in real time? Yes, we get, right? So the complex sorting, filtering, grouping concepts we practically develop in our training. Okay, and the export to Excel, did we get in real time or not? Yes, right? So if I click on this, this complete table data will be exported into Excel, and you can find this Excel in your downloads folder. Uh, See, we got a message saying that table export done successfully. Now, if I go to the downloads, I found my my employees here, and you can see all the employees that you have in the table. So exactly the same employees you can find here. So this is called the export to Excel mechanism, and we also have the features of creating the employee, editing the employee, and deleting the employee. So if I select an employee and click on delete, this employee gets deleted straight away. Okay. However, I do not want to do that. I will just quickly walk you through create employee and edit employee scenarios. Now let me click on create employee. Now our create employee scenario, not just like creating a record kind of thing. See how depth our create scenario will be. We will create an employee not only just with the employee details, but also we will have the line items with a dynamic table. So this is called add or edit projects. Now one employee can have any number of projects, right? I have 30 projects experience, for example. maybe Samir has some 10 projects experience. So here we have taken the projects entity as a line item entity, means the child entity. Okay, so now you can see it's a dynamic table. If I want to add one project, I can click this plus button and one row will come dynamically. If I click plus again, two rows will come dynamically. So I can click, if I have 10 projects, I can click 10 times and those many rows will get generated dynamically, which is a complete real-time requirement, right? And for example, I by mistake click on some extra times, I click on the add button. I can also delete them by clicking the delete, so that I can just keep only the exact rows that I want. Okay. All right. So this is what is adding and deleting the projects, and also I can upload my profile picture. Okay, so I can browse and I can select some picture from your local directly. So let me just take, see, these are the pictures of my previous students. I can select any one of the picture like this, and I can upload the picture as well. So this gets uploaded, and you can also upload your resumes. Okay, so at the bottom we have kept upload resumes, and here this is a upload resume UI element. So here, for example, employee resumes. So I can select one or multiple uh, like this. So I can select the multiple resumes. Okay, so the state pending indicates that this is not yet uploaded to the backend, and this will be done when you click on the upload resumes. So by mistake, instead of selecting one resume, you selected some other resume, then you can also delete them by clicking this into button, and this resume will be removed from this place. Okay, and once you are ready, you can click on these upload resumes. Not only that, so you can see here, the employee can sign his signature here in this digital signature panel. See, I'm going to do my signature here. So this is one of the complete real-time requirement that I got. I kept this requirement in the training. So I did my digital signature. I can save this to the local, and you can see, I'm going to show you, this is my sign that I have done, and you can see the signature, the same signature that I have done, and I can upload my digital signature as well. Some companies, okay, so you might be applying for some companies. So some companies ask you to do your signature digitally, right? So you can use our application, do the sign digitally, download it and upload your signature as well. Okay, so now I can upload my signature by clicking here, and I can select this sign. Okay, see, this is the sign document. This is my JPEG document, and I can save so that all the data of my employees, projects, so even my resumes, so all of them will get saved to the backend. Okay, so that's the standard that we maintain in our training. Not just like, training means showing some sample simple requirements. So we go with the complete real-time standard. Okay, so, and you can also do all of them in the edit mode. For example, you already have an existing employee. Let me show you with one of the employee, Veera. So let me click on edit employee. The moment you click on edit employee, all the employee previous details, so all of them will come here. So this is the employee details and his projects. So let's say he want to add an extra project. Yeah, he can do that. No, he want to delete this project. Let's say he is not interested to keep this project in his resume, delete it. Okay, and he can update his profile picture. Let's say the profile picture that he uploaded previously, it was not so nice. Okay, you want to update it, yeah, you can do that. And these are his previous resumes. He can download the resumes from another page I will show you, and he can also delete the resumes that he do not want. So let's say he is not interested in this resume, so he can delete it. And he can also update his signature by using the same signature panel, and he can upload his latest resumes as well. Okay, by deleting the existing resumes, he can upload any new resume he want to upload, he can do that. So this is the edit scenario. You can see edit employee 100004. We are giving the title as well. All right. So now this is the create and edit scenario. Now let me show you the display scenario. Let's say I want to see the complete details of Vira. I can click here. Now this takes me to the object page. This is called the second page. And here you can see this is the profile picture of the employee and employee ID designation. And here you can see the information about this employee, the basic information in this tab. And you can see this is the project information, and this is the resume information. Okay, and you can download the resumes by clicking these buttons. Okay, so you want to, let's say I just want to see what this Vira is doing, I can download this resume as well. Okay, so that's basically your employee management application, so which is a complete custom SAP UI5 application developed with the combination of front-end SAP UI5 and the back-end OData development. Okay, all right, let me go through the second application that we developed, that is your create bulk employee application. Now this application we create to demonstrate the batch operations concept. Now what is batch operations? Let's say I want to create 1,000 employees at a time. I do not have time to create each employee and adding the projects, adding all that stuff at a time. So first what we do, uh, we create the employees first, and then we can add the projects, we can add the resumes, we can add the photo, we can add the digital signature. All these are secondary. First employee should be created. Like this few clients has asked. So what they do, they give all the employees in a Excel. I'm taking employee as an example here, but the real-time requirement can be anything. It can be employee, it can be product, it can be sales order, it can be anything basically. Now here, in this batch operations SAP UI5 application, what we do, we upload the Excel. See, there is a, let me just go to the Excel. So this is the Excel. Now in this Excel, the client can keep any number of employees. To demonstrate, I have kept 3 employees in this Excel. The moment you upload this Excel, you can see all those employees are automatically read into the SAP UI5 table. Okay, and when you click on submit, all these employees will be sent to the backend, and all these employees gets created in your database table. So creating bulk employees, okay, whenever you get this requirement of creating bulk employees, so at that time we use the batch operations. Okay, so I have done this practically for many clients, and that's the reason we kept this in our training. All right, now let us go to the third custom SAP UI5 application that we develop, and that is charts application. In real time, you will be required to show some analytical data, and that will be done by developing the charts. So now how do you develop the charts? That is analytical application using SAP UI5. So that you will understand in this charts application. So let me just open it. Now this is a chart which is having employee name and ID on the x-axis and employee salary on the y-axis. And you can see the salary of each employee above the column chart. Okay. Not only this, we also kept the features of changing the chart type. I can change my chart from column chart to bar chart dynamically. I can change the chart from bar chart to line chart dynamically. I can change my chart to pie chart also dynamically. Okay, and the story has not ended. For example, I am not interested to see all these employees. I am interested to see only one or any employee. Like I want to see SAP UI5 people, how much they are earning. So I can type the skill here, or let me just show you with 100002. Now let's click go. Now you can see only one employee salary you can find. So we are filtering the chart also, not only the table, we are filtering the chart also in this application. Okay, so you can reset and you will get all the employees again. So similarly, you can filter on designation. Let's say you want only SAP UI5 skill related people, you want to see how much they are earning. Then you can type SAP UI5 here and click go, so that this chart will be filtered with the skill as well. Okay. All right. This is your analytical application, which is developed using custom SAP UI5. Okay. Means completely through coding. Now moving on to the next category of applications, which are Fiori-like applications. The Fiori-like applications also have the coding in your project. But this coding, you will not write completely from the scratch, just like your SAP UI5 applications, but 80 to 90% of the code is generated by the template. Okay, so SAP has given two templates under the category. One is called Fiori Master Detail Template, and another one is called Fiori Worklist Template. Now, these are mainly used for decision making. Now, you might be wondering, what is this decision making? Let me open and show you. So let me just click on the Fiori Master Detail application. Just a second, the screen got a little stuck up. Let me just refresh. Yeah. Now this is called the Fiori Master Detail application. Master Detail application means what? It shows the main data, which is called the master data or header data, and it shows the details of each item in the detail screen. So that is why this is called Master Detail application, or it can also be called as list detail application. Okay, so let me just click on any of the employee here. So I will just looking for an employee who filled all his data, Veera. Now you can see the moment I click this, now this screen split into two parts, right? You can see previously this is only one full page. Now the full page split into two parts. Now the left hand side is called the master section, and the right hand side is called detail section. So here we show the employee photo, his details, and his complete data, like his project details, his resume details. Now I can take a decision based on his performance. I can make him permanent, or I can ask him to extend the probationary period, because maybe because of his background check was not successful or something. I just want to take a decision. Shall I make him permanent, or let him continue his probationary period? Okay, so I'll just take one probationary employee. For example, this is Sri Lakshmi. I want to make her permanent. I can click this make permanent button, and you can see the status updated successfully. And previously the status of Sri Lakshmi is probationary status, but now it was updated to permanent. Okay, so to take these kind of decision making applications, we use the Fiori like applications like Fiori master detail and work list as well. So they are also through coding only, but the coding will be 80% written by your Fiori like framework. Okay, the master detail and work list, they automatically comes up with the code. 80% code is written automatically. Okay. Right. Give me a second. All right. Next, The next category of applications are Fiori Elements applications. So which I told you, Fiori Elements is totally a different training that we deal, in-depth training. So this is Fiori Elements in-depth training. Now, what is Fiori Elements application? First, I will just give you an overview and how different it is when compared to the previous application development approach. In the first two categories, the application is developed through coding. In this first category, complete code we only write. In the second category, where the decision making applications, the Fiori like application, these two, they are decision making applications. And here it also developed through coding only. But the 80% coding is done by the template, 20% coding is done by the developer. Okay. Now in this third category, there is no front-end code. We will not write any front-end code. The application is developed totally through the backend and through annotations. Annotations. Now, what is annotations and all? I don't want to get into depth actually. That you will understand automatically as a part of the Fiori Elements application training. Nowadays, most of the clients are going with this approach of Fiori Elements application development because it involves almost 0 to just 5 to 10% coding in the front end, and almost all the coding is only in the back end. Okay, that is Fiori Elements based development. So in the front end, we don't write any code; we just write something called annotations. Okay, and even we have various combinations basing on the infrastructure of the client. We can develop the Fiori Elements applications for various infrastructure. I will just explain that as well, but let me just go through these applications first. So I will just show these applications directly from the Business Application Studio. That gives more feel for you. I can show them from here as well, but I just want to run these directly from the Fiori Launchpad. Sorry, from the Business Application Studio. So let me straight away run the application. Right, so by the time the output we get, so the Fiori elements, under the Fiori elements, SAP has given 4 types of design, means floor plan. So what is a floor plan and all that you will understand in the detailed training. So one is Fiori list report application, second one is work list application, third one analytical list page application, and fourth one is overview page application. So each application category has its own purpose. Okay, different purpose. Now what is that purpose? You will understand. Now let me take you to the first approach, first category, which is Fiori list report application under Fiori elements category. Now this is your Fiori list report application. Okay, so these are the default filters, right? Now this is called list report application. Now what is the purpose of list report application under Fiori elements? The purpose of this application is you can have large volume of data with complex sorting, filtering, grouping, as well as the CRUD operations. So if you want to do the CRUD operations also, you can do that. And all of these without writing any code in the front end. All of these without writing any code in the front end. Front end coding will not be there. So no JavaScript, no HTML code you will write in the front end. For some exceptional cases we write, it depends on the requirement. Okay. Right. 1 second, guys. So let me drink some water. Yeah. All right. So here you can see how we develop the application so close to the real time. The employee rating, you can see it was displaying through rating indicator, and we are showing the probationary employees with red color, permanent employees with green color, and also we are marking the row with the same green color and red color combination. See, each and every row is marked with the colors of the employee status. So here also you have export to Excel option, and here you have the setting symbol where you can choose only those columns that you want to see. For example, you do not want to see the name of the employee, you can uncheck this and click OK, so that name column disappear from the table. Okay, and if you want this again, you can just click this, and you can just move to the top and then just move it to the second place, and now the employee name column will come again. Okay, and all these are filters. Okay, so all this comes without writing code. We show how you can create these filters, and how a filter can be converted into a drop down with a multi selection, single selection, and also we'll show how you can convert these F4 helps into an input field. So lot many things we incorporated into Fiori Elements, guys. uh, and you can also create the employee by clicking the create button. So it takes you to the create screen. You can create the employee here. Okay, so for example, you do not want, then you can just discard. You can also update the employees. For example, I selected the employee. I can click on edit. So you can, it takes you to a pop-up where you can update the employee details here and save it. So you can also delete the employee by clicking the delete button. So it shows you a confirmation pop-up. Do you really want to delete? So all the CRUD operations you can cover without writing any code in Fiori Elements. Okay. So I can also send an employee. For example, these two are probationary people. I want to send a notice to these employees through email. Now all of you observe, I selected these two and click on send email notice to the employee, and it automatically pick up my Outlook, and it make my email ready for me. So you can see from my email ID, it has selected the employee Veera email ID, Rupesh email ID, and it has drafted the entire email, and I can simply click on the send button. Okay, right. So these are the employee IDs I will show you. These people also have the employee IDs. See, so it has picked up the employee IDs from the selected rows. Okay, so this is basically list report application, and I can also navigate to the second page. So this is my second page where I can show the image of the employee, rating, all these important details, and complete employee information. This is project information, and I can also show actually the projects are not there for this person. Let me just take another. He did not updated the projects. Let me see if there is any other person. This is another person called Rupesh from our last batch. Let me see any project information does he has. Yeah, so this is the project information. And we also created one more tab, that is project versus team size. See, this is the projects that he developed and the team size that he had. So this project has 10 members and this project has only 7 members. Okay. And I can also take the decision. As of now, this is probationary. He's in the probationary status. Now I can make him permanent, and you can see status updated to permanent, which is coming with a green color. Clear? Okay, so and you can also have this edit button here. You can edit all the data. It goes into edit mode. I can edit the complete data of this fellow. I can edit the project data. I can edit the employee data, and I can delete this employee as well. Okay, however, I'm clicking the cancel button. Okay, so all these things will be done without writing coding. That is the specialty of Fiori Elements training. Okay. So let me just go through the analytical list page application now, which is the second category. So let me just preview this application as well. Yeah, so within few seconds it will come. And meanwhile, so after Fiori Elements applications, in Fiori Elements application, there is also another category called worklist application. Actually, these two looks similar. The only difference is worklist does not have the filter bar, the filter area. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, both are actually same. Yeah. So this is your analytical list page application, guys. The difference between list report application and analytical list page application is so here you have the table anyway, just like Fiori, uh, just like this Fiori list report. You will also have, you can display some analytical data if you have in your tables, so that you can display here, and you can also display the filters like charts. Filters like charts, you might be confused. What is this filters like charts? For example, uh, I selected 100003 and click go. Now you can see this chart is filtered 100003, and even the employee got filtered with 100003. So this is possible in analytical list page application. Okay, so it also has a detail page. You can click this arrow to go to the detail page, which is called as a object page actually. Okay, uh, and here you can see there are two buttons. This is called the visual filter area, and you can, if you do not like visual filtering, you can also go with your normal filter. This is your normal filter like list report. Okay, right, so this is your analytical list page, and I will show you the last one, that is overview page. uh, So by the way, this is worklist application, guys. Worklist application does not have the filter bar. It directly have the table with a quick filter buttons here, like permanent, probationary. So these are probationary employees. These are permanent employees. And then you can take a decision how you want to go with the employees. Okay, so that is list report, analytical list page, and worklist. Now let me show you the overview page application. So overview page application basically shows the overall information. Overall means the main important data of your clients. Okay, let's say I want to show the top 10 people who are earning more salary, or I want to show the top 10 people who are, as per their performance. Okay, so like this, I can show some overall or important data of my employees. Not only employees, basically business data I can show in the form of cards. So this is called a analytical card. This is called table card. This is called the list card, and this is called the stack card. Okay, so here I can click and all my employees will open here. I can take the decision as well. So this employee is probationary. I can make him permanent from here as well. See, I clicked permanent, and you can see the status has changed to permanent. So this is various ways SAP has given, and we are going to learn all of these. Okay, and the last one is standard Fiori apps. We will extend this managed sales order application. So this is a standard app. So this shows all the sales orders along with filtered sorting, all that stuff. You can create sales order also. Now what we did, we create an extra custom filter. I will show you. So we created this extra filter called sales doc approval status with a approve, released. For example, I selected only, I want only the sales order which are in approval. So let me click go, and let me show you this data, approval status. Now you can see the approval status only in approval got filtered. So this is actually not there in the standard application. We inserted this custom filter. Okay, and for example, I selected released, click go, and you can see the approval status has changed to release. Only released sales orders I can see in this table. Okay, so like this, you can extend the standard applications. You will understand how to do that here. So this is the overall training, just to show you how we deal with our training, so realistic, not showing just a simple hello world or simple CRUD operations and all. We go into the deep with the real-time requirements. Okay, so last one I just wanted to show you is, in real time we get a requirement called cross application navigation. Cross application navigation means navigating from one application to other application. So we do this in our custom applications as well as your Fiori Elements applications. Everywhere we do. So let me show you. This is my charts application, correct? Now if I click this, from charts application I will go to my employee management application, and it will show you this fellow's data. Who is this? I think this is Rizwan. Okay, me itself. Let me click on this. Now see, this has jumped from charts application to employee management application second page. Correct? So these kind of requirements also you will get in real time. That is called cross application navigation. Okay. So even we did this in our Fiori Elements applications. For example, let me click on the overview page. From the overview page, so I can keep my quick links here. So from overview page, I can go to employee management application. I can go to create bulk employees application. I can go to the charts application. Okay, so let me just quickly click on employee management application. See, my application has come. I can go back, and let's say this is a table card. From the table card, I click on some employee, for example. Let me just click on this. So you can click anything. See, it has gone to the list report application. This is list report application. So like this, we can just jump from one application to the other application, which is very common in the real time. Okay. So that is basically a walkthrough on overall training and what exactly you will develop and how realistic you will develop in the entire training. Fine. So I have taken a little, actually, more time to explain this. Now let's move on to our demo, just to understand the overall basic understanding about SAP UI5, OData, and Fiori. All right. So let me click this. Right. Now let's come from the base. Okay. Now till now you have seen what is the outcome of the training. Now you are going to understand the basic. Now what is SAP UI5? SAP UI5 is a HTML5 based framework, which is basically depends on some JavaScript and HTML with a SAP UI5 flavor. I mean to say, you will not have exact JavaScript, exact HTML that you write in open source world. It will be having SAP's flavor of HTML, means XML and JavaScript. So that is something which I will take care. You no need to worry. So it's a HTML5 based framework, and this is used to develop web-based business applications in SAP world. And the advantage, the most significant advantage of SAP UI5 is, if you develop the application, it automatically adopts the screen for tablet as well as mobile or any other device as well. You no need to write any separate coding for that. This is the biggest advantage of SAP UI5. Okay, right. Now let's see the next one. So SAP UI5 came into the market in 2013 or 14. But prior to that, these are the technologies. We have BSP, WebDriver Java, and WebDriver ABAP. However, there are disadvantages with those previous technologies, and they are mainly they are very slow in performance. Okay, and they support only desktop, no mobile, no tablets. And look and feel wise also they are not so rich. Only white and blue colors are possible in WebDin Pro technology. So if you reverse these disadvantages, so that becomes the advantages of SAP UI5. So till now, I have shown you many applications. How did you find the performance? It's good, right? So performance of the applications are really good in SAP UI5. And second biggest advantage, it supports all the devices. And look and feel also rich. Any colors are possible by creating our own theme. So we create our own theme by creating something called theme designer. I will quickly show you what is this theme. Uh, so to impose the colors, you no need to write any coding in here. So there is a appearance section. So you can go and create your own theme. For example, red theme. Some student has created this red theme. So let me just apply. Now what happens? Your launchpad converted into the colors that you imposed in the theme. And not only here, when you open the applications, so even the entire application button colors, everything will change. Okay, so like this we can create themes, and all the themes will be available in the appearance section, and we give the option to the end user. Boss, select whatever the theme that you want. If you want darker theme, we can develop the darker theme and give it to him, and if you want lighter theme, we can give the lighter theme as well. Okay, and SAP also gives some themes. If they like, they can go with the SAP given themes as well. Okay, all right. Now let's see this, the most important, right. Now SAP UI5 is based on a architecture which is called as MVC architecture, my dear friends. MVC. Most of the people might be knowing this MVC architecture, but however, let me just give you a small overview on MVC architecture. Okay. So in MVC, V stands for the view, C stands for the controller, and M stands for the model layers. Now let us just see each layer in short. Basically, the view layer, basically the MVC architecture specifies to the developer saying that, hey, Mr. Developer, if you want to develop SAP UI5 application, divide that application into 3 layers. First layer, view layer. Second layer, controller layer. Third layer, model layer. Now you write all the code for your screen designing into the view layer. So all the code related to the screen designing we keep inside the view layer. And the second one is controller layer. The functionality of the screen will be kept into the controller layer. Functionality means what? This is the screen. But when I click on, when I entered some employee ID, and when I click on go, the table is getting filtered. This is called functionality. So this particular, all the functionality code will be kept inside the controller. Okay. And before going to the model layer, there is a relation between view and controller, and that is 1:1 relation. Means there will be a controller for every each view. So let's say there is a view means web page only. So let's say there is one page. Now that page has its own controller, and all the functionality of that page will be written in its own controller. So let's say there is page 2, then controller 2 will also be there. So all the functionality of page 2 will be written in the controller 2. So in our case, this is my view 1. Now this complete view has its own controller. Now if I go here, this is view 2, and this view 2 has its own controller. That is the meaning of 1:1 relation. And model layer basically deals with data manipulations, data formatting, all this stuff. Data manipulation means what? I want to create the record. I want to update the record. I want to delete the record. I want to read the records. So this is called data manipulation. Formatting means what? For example, date is coming from backend in a not so good format, but the client asked you to display in a dd hyphen mm hyphen yyyy like this. So we formatted this date. When I get the date from the backend, this is not coming in this nice format. So we formatted the date. Okay, so that's basically called formatting. So all these belongs to the model layer. Okay, fine. So let's go to the next topic. I can say till now, even if you are sleeping, just wake up, because if you miss this topic, I can say you missed the most important topic in this demo class. Okay, so wake up, my dear friends. This particular topic name is front end to back end and vice versa, that is back end to the front end data flow. So what is the meaning of this statement? How the data will flow from the screen to the backend database table, and how it comes from backend database table to the front end screen. Till now, I have shown you many applications. In all these applications, you can see front end data is moving to the back end, and some back end data is already appearing in the front end, isn't it? For example, in this table, how I got the data? This data came from back end to the front end. And when I create the employee, what happens? Front end data means you will fill the form and front end data will go to the back end, correct? So that is the topic, front end to back end and back end to front end data flow. I will take a very simple example to demonstrate it. So before we get into the topic, when you go to any SAP UI5 project, you will find two bare minimum systems. Okay, so one is the SAP backend system, and now those people who are not from SAP background, you can assume this SAP backend system with any database system that you know already. Okay, just assume. Those people who are in SAP, you already know, I no need to explain what is a SAP system, right? So this is SAP backend system. This can be ECC, this can be S4HANA, this can be any of the backend system. Now, in addition to this system, you will have one more system called SAP Gateway System. So the basis people will install some gateway components in this system, and this system act like a SAP Gateway System. Now, the first question that everybody will ask me is, what is the need of this additional system? Now, let me explain. Your SAP backend system is basically it deals technical things with ABAP programming language, correct? Now here, this particular SAP UI5 is of UI5 technology. SAP UI5, which is HTML5 and JavaScript basically, correct? Now this particular SAP UI5 cannot talk to this fellow directly, isn't it? Can I talk SAP UI5 directly with ABAP? No, that's not possible. Two different technologies cannot communicate with each other directly. So you need a mediator, right? So that mediator is SAP Gateway System. Now here what we do, we write our CRUD operations in the backend system, that is your CRUD queue operations in the SAP backend system. And this business logic is exposed like a OData service, which is a web service basically. Okay, and this web service will be kept into the SAP Gateway System, so that front end talks to the SAP Gateway System, and this mediator will pass this information to the backend system, and that's how the communication between the front end and backend will happen. Let's say I went to Tamil Nadu. Assume the other person knows only Tamil and I know only Telugu. Then do we need the mediator or not? Yes. What mediator will do? he passed my Telugu into Tamil for him, and he passed his Tamil into Telugu for me. Correct? So the exact job this SAP gateway system will do, it takes the request from SAP UI5 and pass this request to the backend and get the things done. Okay, fine. Now you understand what is the need of this additional SAP gateway system. Now let us take one simple example to understand a flow of data. Let's say my client asked me to develop a screen with three fields: employee ID, name and skill, with a submit button. When I click submit button, the client wants this data to be saved in this employee table. Okay, this is the requirement. Now let us see how this is developed in the real time uh, with the exact steps. Okay, so let us see the step number one. The step number one is we create SAP UI5 project in the front end. Okay. Step number two, you design the screen, and you will also add the validations like if we did not enter the data, we show the error saying that boss enter the data first. Okay, that is step number two. Step number three, we create the necessary tables in the backend. That is step number three. And on top of the tables, to create CRUD operations on the tables, we create a CGW OData project. And remember, by looking at the name, most of the people, OData project means they think it is created in the gateway system. No, this OData project is created in the backend system. And here we write the logic for the CRUD queue operations. And this entire OData project is converted like a OData service. So this OData project outcome is a OData service, and this OData service we keep in the SAP gateway system. Now, the step number five, when you enter the data and click on the submit button, we will call this OData service. From SAP UI5, it will call the OData service. So when you call the OData service, you will also pass the data of this fellow. And the gateway system will take the request. It understands that this fellow wants to do a create operation, so it redirects the execution to the create operation. And we already written the logic in the create, so it inserts the data in this table. So all the operation runs in the same way. Okay, so this is end-to-end data flow diagram. Okay, so finally, the last one is, what is the difference between SAP UI5 and Fiori? So many people have a confusion in this topic. So simple, if you are developing the application with the client's requirements from the scratch, that application is called as SAP UI5 application. Okay. Or if you are using the standard application, means SAP also gives some applications directly. If you are using, that is also called, that is called standard Fiori application given by SAP. And if you are using any of the other category, that is Fiori like application category or Fiori Elements category, so these are also called as Fiori applications only, because they are not developed from the scratch through coding. Okay, so I will just give you a simple example so that those people who are from non-SAP background, they can understand for a difference between SAP UI5 and Fiori. Let's say you want a house, my dear friends. I want to buy a house. How many options I have? Two options. Option number one, which our father's generation has done. What our father's generation has done? They purchased the land. They brought cement, bricks, whatever the other concrete, blah, 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 all the material. And they get the house developed from the scratch level. Correct? That is SAP UI5 application. Now I have another option also if I want to buy a house, and that is, there is some Aparna constructions, there is some Lodha constructions, there is some maybe Anuhar constructions, right? Pay the money, take your flat directly. isn't it? Pay the money, take your flat directly. So that is called Fiori application. So Fiori application comes up with a ready-made thing. Okay. So standard Fiori app means completely a ready-made app from SAP. Then what about this and what about this? Shall I call these as Fiori application or not? These are also called as Fiori applications because you are not writing the code from the scratch, right? Fiori, SAP is helping you in through the templates. Most of the code, 80% code is written by the Fiori template in Fiori-like applications, and in the Fiori Elements applications, without writing any UI code, you are developing the application. So SAP is helping you without you writing the code from the scratch. So wherever you are not involved much, so that is called as a Fiori application. And if you are using complete standard application from SAP, that is called standard Fiori application. Okay. So during the development, if you are using these two categories, then also it is called Fiori application. Okay. So with this, we have completed our demo. I hope nobody are sleeping. Yeah, so that's it about the demo. So before I hand over to you for the questions, uh, let me share some frequently asked questions so that maybe most of these questions are very common for you as well. Okay. First common question that I get from all the people is, Rizwan, I don't know JavaScript, I don't know HTML. Will I be able to learn? Okay, that's a very frequently asked question. That is my headache, you don't worry. So we teach it from the very scratch level. You no need to worry about it, and you will develop all these applications practically. So I teach with the syntax as well. And moreover, SAP UI5 has its own flavor of JavaScript, its own flavor of HTML as well. So the open source HTML, if you do not know, also no problem. In fact, I will say that is best if you do not know, because those people who know always compare with that. But SAP UI5's flavor is different. Okay, so that's my headache. Don't worry. Second question: what is the duration of this training? This training is two parts. One is, as I told you, UI5 OData and Fiori. So this is part one. This takes for around 2 months. Okay, so not around, definitely it will take 2 months, where we will teach complete SAP UI5 OData Fiori development concepts, as well as you will develop all the applications. If you remember, take a photo of this launchpad. Okay, take the photo of this launchpad, and I and you ask me if you do not develop any of these applications. Take a photo if you want. That's the guarantee. That's the confidence that we have. So we develop all these applications practically. We show the extension of standard applications as well. Okay. And Fiori Elements is totally, we deal with a 30 to 35 days separate training. So here, Fiori Elements can be developed with various combinations. Like let's say you have only ECC system. With the ECC system also you can develop Fiori Elements application. How to do that will show. Let's say you have S4HANA. So in S4HANA we can develop the application using CDS. Okay, so by creating CDS and writing annotations in CDS also we can create. That's combination 2. You can combine SEGW OData project with CDS, that is combination 3, that also we will show you. Fiori Elements can be developed in Cloud Application Programming Model, CAPM. With Cloud Application Programming Model, how to develop Fiori Elements application, that also we will show. And with the RAP, ABAP RESTful Application Programming model, so with that also you can develop Fiori Elements, so that also we will show you. Okay, but actually RAP is a totally different training, but we will focus from the Fiori Elements perspective. So from the Fiori Elements, how you can create using RAP also, that we will show you. If you want to go in depth of ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model, you can attend the complete RAP, which is a different course actually. Okay. All right. So this is some frequently asked questions, and coming to the few people ask regarding the fee as well.